Hello and welcome. In this video, we are going to continue building our context application. So in the last video, we have built up this sign-up process, and we're using no frameworks or third-party packages. We're just using core PHP to build this application. So we completed the register flow. So if we try to sign up here, and this is not actually going to send an email. All right, so we're actually getting an error which says too few arguments to function does user exist. So let's take a look. Okay, so let's check the file. This user.php line 17, right? So yep, we do need to pass the email through. So where is the email? So this is the email. And we do need to pass that through. I made that change and I did not test it afterwards. So yeah, so when it signs up, it goes to login, and if you like take a look at our database, sort of refresh. So I see this user here. Now we're going to try and log in. So let's get started with that. Okay, so let's create our login form. So I'm going to close most of these pages. Right. So this is the login page, and let's bring some of this stuff from here. Right. This is what we want. This here. We want to div here, and another one. We do have this statement in the end. Oh yeah, so that was in the footer. Right. So what we can do is we can actually create a new form here. Let's say form of slash login location, and it's going to be a post request. So let's say that equals post. Say the label dot form label, and it's going to be for email. Email input form control. It's going to be an email type. Email, and password will be no, not password. I don't need anything else here. So let's do this. Let's copy that and paste it down here. This is going to be the password field, right? And let's add IDs here so that we work with the label that we have. So if we go here, refresh. So if I click email, it's going to focus on this field. So this is because we have the for and the ID the same value, right? So let's add a login button here. So let's do an HR, let's say button primary, and let's say login. Okay, if you refresh, you see the button here, and I think we're good, right? So let's, uh, yeah, we're good. So now let's go to auth slash login.php. Actually, we do need to say like let's call it authenticate because login.php is going to just bring it back to this page. So we created a page called register, and when it submits, it goes to create underscore user. Now when we are submitting from login, I think an appropriate name would be authenticate.php. Okay. So what we want to do is we want to like fetch the user by email. So let's go to our DB user file, and inside here, what we want to do is first we want to do something similar to this, but instead of like returning a boolean, we could actually you know get the user. So we'll say function get user by email, and it's going to take an email, right? And so it's the global PDL. And actually, we can bring a lot of this down here. So we need to clean this up later, but let's just copy this, bring it down. Okay. All right. So we're preparing a statement. We're checking if a user exists. So it's going to return the user, right? And we're going to say if we're actually going to return the user. And now it could be false, but what we can do here is we can actually say um, get user by email, right? We'll call that function. We can accept that, and then we can just return this. So now we have like a generic function. All right. So like inside of authenticate, what I want to do is I want to require first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to session start, and I'm going to do require, and it's going to be inside of db. Now let's go up from directory db slash user.php, right? And we'll say dollar post email is going to be email, and then we'll say um, get user by email, right? Let's pass the email through. Let's get the user, and let's just wire down the user to see if we got it correctly. So if you like do it this way, so say into test password. Oh, so it's saying that you cannot go to. Oh, I think I messed it up a little bit in login, so we can actually do this, right? Oh no, actually we are already in the off, so to do anything. So let's go back, refresh, try this. Okay, so we do have that user, and we found it like this. Okay, so that's good. Now, like, I want to like try something. I want to like do this. It's going to return as false, right? And if we like, the proper link, okay, I'm login now. So it returns an object of the std class, right? So can we like, I like to put like return types wherever, but we can't actually do that because if the user not found is going to return a false. So yeah, we can't put like a return type here. That's fine. So here, what we can do after we get the user, we can say if user is not equals to false, right? Then we can say that we found the user and now check password. So to check the password, what we're going to do is we're going to actually get the password from the global, right? And here, what we can do is we can check if password, and then we can unify the password and see if that is the password on this user, right? And if it is so, then we're going to say that okay. Let's say that password incorrect, and it will say echo user found. Right. So let's refresh and see what we get. Just saying password incorrect. Okay, so let's try the correct one then. Okay, so it's still saying incorrect. I think I don't know what the password for that user was. So let's try it like so. So it's saying user not found. Why not found? Because no, so it's not API only. It's test.com. Still incorrect. Oh, so I'm comparing it with that. So that makes sense. So if we do it again, so says okay. So we got this correctly. Now let's mm, get this done. Okay, so if it is, so we do want to like return these errors back to the user, so we can just go to register, create user.php and do what we did here. Okay, so we're going to do redirect error. I think we should like put these messages. Okay, so we do need to like generalize it a little bit. So get the redirect path. So let's do that. So we pass the message and the string redirect, right? So let's, what are we doing? So this is going to be like the redirect path. We can use here. Let's pass that through, and let's put it here. Right. So now we can move it to let's move it to validation. Right, so helper is validation. If you can't like validate, then you just return this. So inside of authenticate, we can bring in this validation. .php and this to redirect error, and we can send the message. Actually, no, it's not in our case. We'll say incorrect password provided. And in this case, we'll say user and please make sure you check if your email is correct. Sign up. Right. So this is the password. You can just click OK here. That's fine. Okay. Now we do need to pass a second parameter here, which is there's going to be slash login. Let's make sure you do need the trailing slash to PHP. Okay, so now let's try submitting some wrong inputs. So upload undefined function base URL. All right, so inside of validation, we do need the UI helper. So we can just require UI.php. We can just do underscore dir underscore slash UI.php. This should give us access to those functions. So if we like submit it again, it just says incorrect password provided. Right, and if we like enter something that does not exist, so user not found, please make sure if you check, please make sure if you check if your email is correct or sign up. Okay, so that sounds fine. Okay, now if the user's password is correct, what we can do is go to authenticate, and here we can say, let's see, you need to set the session for the user. So it's a underscore session logged in user is going to be user, right? And so this is basically like the where we are storing the session for the user, right? So let's try it again. Okay, so we did not get any output, but we know that this was hit. Otherwise, we would have like gotten an error and we would have redirected. And now, if it does work, what we want to do is we want to go to like a different page. Let's call it dashboard, right? So let's create that. Let's say dashboard.php, right? So this is where we're so let's say this is the dashboard. Oh, okay, so let's just add some dummy text here and let's redirect. So let's say I'm going to add a new helper. I don't want to have like this redirect. Actually, I think I it's getting a little difficult. What should I put in UI because I am going to need these helpers inside of the things that are not related to UI. So let's just reduce the complexity and just move all of this into like a generic helpers file. So let's do helpers.php, right? And let's put all of these in there, right? And all of the validation ones. And if like we find like a clear dichotomy, like where we can separate these two, then we will do it. Otherwise, let's just keep things simple. Right, and let's just delete these two. Okay. Yep. And now let's just fix them. So wherever we are importing validation.php, we need to replace it with helpers.php. So one is here, we'll say helpers.php, and another one is here, helpers.php. Right. Now let's look for UI.php, and we already have helpers here, so we don't need to import it again. And here we will replace it with helpers.php. So I think we're good now. So let's go here and what we were working on was this authenticate. Okay, so we'll say we add a new method to helpers, and we will call it redirect. And we just set the path to redirect it to, and basically what to do is this. Right? So function redirect, and let's do it. Let's do redirect, and we want to redirect it to slash dashboard.php, right? And inside of dashboard, we can actually add a check, right? So we can say session underscore start if is not set dollar underscore session not in user. That's what we named it, right? If it's not set, then we can say we can either redirect it to login, right? So we can say let's import that. Require helpers slash helpers.php. And so if it is not set, then we just redirect to slash login.php. We do need to pass this slash here. Okay, so this is looking good. Let's comment this out. Otherwise, we can go this out. Okay, so what we can do is we can echo this out. Right. So let's see if this is going to work. We get some refactoring here. Yeah, so say welcome to your context application. Blah blah blah. Oh no, just went to context. Why? It should not go to index. It should go to so let's look at authenticate. Want to go to slash dashboard.php. And what does the dashboard have? Okay, so let's refresh a little bit, go back. So let's see what's going on. Can we see like how these are being redirected? So login. Okay, so we went to authenticate.php. It returned a 302. We should have a location header here. This is the location, so it's returning to that. This doesn't make sense. So we've got this URL, right? And then we are appending to it the reader. Oh, so I think it should have given an error. Well, I think it did give an error, but when it's redirected, the error disappeared, right? So uh, here, yeah. So this is good. Let's do it again. Now it should work because this is the dashboard. Welcome, you are logged in. This is looking really good. Okay, so I'm going to stop here, and I'm going to cover the rest of the application. Saving the contacts, logging out. Maybe we'll do change password. I'm not sure, but we're going to do the rest of this in the next video. So thank you for watching, and remember to subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.